I also decided to just really dive into spells. Wrathful Smite. Because Santa would be wrathful.
Santa,
You've been naughty this year, little boy.
that's Hulk Hogan.
Oh shit!
What sort of fucked up Christmases have you had?
Just standard suburban ones.
Holy shit.
You know, when you get detention and your dad beats the shit out of you.
So some people give coal. This Santa Claus is gonna give wrathful smites. We're only at level 5, guys. Strap in.
Welcome to Monsters in Multiclass, a very special Christmas episode. I'm Kevin Odie,
I'm Jared Mornigal.
And I'm Will Meldon.
and this week we'll be seeing where D&D and Christmas intersects. We'll be building Santa Claus as a character, looking at Christmas-themed adventures, and a whole bunch of other really silly things that are probably not a good idea at all, but we're going to do it anyways. So grab a seat and stick around. I got through the different intro, guys. I can barely get through our normal intro.
I'm not gonna make fun of you. It's not fair because we pushed it off to you.
Yeah.
So.
I love that we cut all the time in the intro, but like the actual podcast is just us vomiting garbage.
This is where all of our effort goes in. Is just that intro.
Mm-hmm. It's part of the charm.
So what do
Now this intro is going to have some really crappy like jingle bells superimposed over our
regular music?
Yeah, oh yeah,
That's gonna be great.
It's going to be terrible.
What are we even doing this week?
Ting, ting, ting. Well, what are we doing this week?
Jared, take it away.
All right. Today, I want to make Santa Claus.
You already did make Santa Claus. I'm looking at your sheet right now. It's pretty crazy. You flipped it over, but I still know it's there.
Yeah, full disclosure here. Jared is a big dumb dummy and screwed up. We were going to come into this and build Santa Claus together as a level 20 character. And then Jared forgot about that and did a whole bunch of homework on his own and went ahead and just built Santa Claus by himself. So now we're going to hear Jared's Santa Claus and we're going to rip it apart. And before this, we told him, no, we'll just pretend like it didn't happen. But Will and I are bullies, so that's what we're doing.
Whew. Okay.
Jared?
This is a bullying podcast.
All right. If that's the way we want to go, I'm down. So where do we want to start?
So how many levels of druid does your Santa have?
Absolutely 0.
Wow. He already fucked up.
Yeah, my initial thought was it was going to be like Druid, Ranger, Druid, Wizard.
So I started off with Paladin.
Already a bad start.
No, because Santa Claus's main thing is he decides who's naughty and who's nice. And who does that more than a paladin? Who has a more lawful ideal than a paladin?
All right, so we're doing the whole stereotype thing.
What are you talking? Oh, we're doing the whole stereotype with Santa Claus. Yeah, of fucking course we are.
Santa Claus is a saint.
And?
That means he's important.
So that means he's a druid. No,
that means
you shut up. Let me continue.
Let's clarify. What version of Santa Claus did you build? There's different versions of Santa Claus all over the world. Hey, are we talking like the Americanized, Coca-Cola guzzling Santa Claus?
Yeah, dude.
That guy, red suit.
You do realize that I grew up in the suburbs, right?
Yeah, okay. No, me too. That's fine. When I hear Santa Claus, that's what I think. But
I don't even believe Europe is real.
He's never been there. Why believe it's real?
Right?
Yeah, no, this
Sorry
is...
for the 20% of you from Europe.
No, I'm thinking standard Santa Claus, like something you'd see in a commercial. What to me embodies Santa Claus, and it's not a hot take. It's exactly what you would expect.
Just the commercialized, created by Coca-Cola Santa Claus.
Right. Okay. So, just to give a brief overview, I'm just going to say the classes right from the start. So we've got Paladin, we have Rogue, we have a Warlock, and we have Ranger.
You have ruined Christmas.
And I have valid reasonings behind absolutely every one of these.
You really caught my interest. This is not at all my initial thoughts on it.
So, that's what I was kind of hoping for, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to start off with a race, and let's start there. Half-elf.
What?
That made the most sense to me because...
Human.
I'm going home.
You can change it. If you want to do human, that's fine. But half-elf gives you a +2 to charisma and +1 to 2 other attributes that you would like. In this case, did strength and wisdom. A lot of that was admittedly so that I could work all these multi-classes in, which is very tough.
That's fair.
So you get skill versatility from that and from being a half-elf. And I chose animal handling and insight. Insight being because he obviously knows whether or not you're good or bad. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. And I think I really just based it off that one song. Just went from there. So as a stat block, starting off, did Strength 14, Dexterity 13, Constitution 13, Intelligence 8. I don't think Santa Claus is very smart. There's no reason for him to be very smart. Wisdom 14, Charisma 16. So really the only thing Santa Claus is very charismatic. And he's just going to go around yelling, ho, ho, ho.
I'm Santa Claus.
Exactly.
That's exactly what he says.
Yes.
Ho, 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 I am Santa Claus.
And with an intelligence of 8, that's all he can do.
He's basically a Pokemon.
So I guess half elves could be fat.
Can they?
I don't. It's not the standard picture. So you say half elf, that picture is really lithe, skinny, tall guy. He can still be fat.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. I did create
fat,
this.
half elf.
I started by creating this on D&D Beyond. And on the weight, I put 280. Do you guys agree with that? How fat do you think Santa Claus is?
How tall is he?
I did 6'6".
6'6", 280 is
Yeah.
not
6'6"
fat.
is big.
It's tall.
Why is he 6'6"?
I don't know.
Anyone who's 3 inches taller than me is a monster.
Okay,
They
so
walk into stores and people get scared.
no, that's fine.
I would like to point out how Will finally worked his height, which he's very proud of, into his life, into this podcast.
It's the only measure of a man.
All right.
The only thing Will has going for him.
Oosh.
Yep, more accurate. So,
Oosh.
Santa Claus, I don't care about his height, to be honest. Height and weight.
6 foot.
I just thought it was funny. It asked for it, so I was like,
6'6"
sure,
is
yeah.
a lot.
I know. That's insane.
Well, I just imagine him being towering. He's a presence. That's
You're
like,
not a child.
I
You're imagining Santa as a child.
Oh, metaphorically, he's tall because when you interact with Santa as a child, and he always does tower. Okay, I don't think that's what you were going for.
It
but
actually
sure.
was,
Oh,
but okay. Not specifically from the child aspect, but just the fact that Santa Claus is usually just a large force. That's really it.
Okay, I'll
I
give you that.
won't
Yeah, especially
accept this
just from-
until Santa is shorter than me.
Okay, fine. Santa Claus is 6'2", 280. We're still going to say that
All
would make
right.
him fat, right?
Yeah, that would make him fat.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Good.
That actually wouldn't make him that fat.
We'll say
No?
300. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
All right,
It literally
300
doesn't
would
matter.
make him really thick. A thick Santa Claus is 6'2", 300 pounds.
Okay, are we going for thick Santa Claus or fat Santa Claus?
What's the difference?
I don't know. You're the one placing these arbitrary constraints on Santa Claus's height and weight.
All right, that's because I have only one thing going for me, and it's my height, and I'm not going to be fucking shorter than Santa.
So 5 levels in Paladin. Main reason being that I view Santa as a very lawful creature. He has very strict ideals of right and wrong, black and white. I think paladins can kind of follow in that. They can. I know we always talk about you're not fully limited to that. But if something's going to have that strict mentality, it's probably going to be paladins.
Right.
With the Oath of Devotion. Honestly, past level 5, you're not getting much besides their Channel Divinity, which lets you add your Charisma to attacks. Doesn't fully matter, to be honest.
Well, are you also trying to build this as a viable character to partake in combat?
To an extent.
Okay.
I'm not saying that
I
it's
saw
going
it
to be...
as just build Santa and...
Oh, well, I took this to the next level.
Sure,
All right.
okay, sure.
So level 4, you take that boost to Charisma. So it would be up to 18 then. Which is good. Fighting style, take defense. I didn't see any of the fighting styles really scream Santa to me, to be honest.
I don't think Santa has a fighting style. Santa is just an overall good.
You shut the hell up. He's not overall good. I guess
How can you say Santa isn't good?
He gives coal to people.
Yeah, bad people.
Okay, so he's very lawful.
Very lawfully
oh yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Awful good.
Right. I don't disagree that he's lawful good, but like lawful good can also be construed as not like just nice.
What's the European myth? It's like the reverse Santa who
Krampus?
Krampus, yeah, he kidnaps you if you're bad.
Yeah. Well,
We're making Krampus.
no, we'll get into Krampus later.
All right.
It's going to be in the monster segment.
So the important reason for him getting to 5th level is that he can get 2nd level spells where they can get Find Steed. And you know what we're going to reflavor that horse as?
Reindeer.
A
reindeer.
zebra.
Oh, God damn it. I didn't think about zebra. That's a great idea.
Shit.
No, of course we're going to make it a reindeer. I also decided to just really dive into spells. Wrathful Smite. Because Santa would be wrathful.
Santa,
You've been naughty this year, little boy. Ah!
that's Hulk Hogan.
Oh, shit.
What sort of fucked up Christmases have you had?
Just standard suburban ones.
Holy shit.
You know, when you get detention and your dad beats the shit out of you.
So some people give coal. This Santa Claus is going to give wrathful smites. We're only at level 5, guys. Strap in.
Oh. I'm going to put my stupid helmet on for this one.
All right. So levels 6 through 9, I'm thinking rogue with the thief archetype.
What the hell, man? You are
I
corrupting
can-
everything.
Just because he needs to be able to infiltrate a house.
He does need to be able to trade houses.
He doesn't infiltrate houses. He's a welcome guest. That's why we leave cookies for. Oh my!
He's not a vampire, but he still needs to get down the chimney. So he can jump across rooftops. He can climb buildings very easily. And on top of that, he gets more skills. So he can take proficiency in athletics. So he's going to be a really fat, agile dude who can just climb up buildings, jump across them, slide down chimneys. For expertise, do thieves' tools. That way he can break into houses that don't have chimneys.
What house doesn't have a chimney? Oh yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
So we're not doing the whole Tim Allen, the Santa Claus vibe with this.
Where he
The
like
chimney
shrinks down.
Chimney just appears.
No.
All right.
Yeah. No,
You
that
watched
was...
the Santa Claus 5?
There's 5 of them?
I thought you said that.
No.
We
Oh,
should
wait.
The
probably...
Santa Claus vibe.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said 5. I know there are 3 of them,
Yeah, not enough.
and that's a bad move. But
Rest in peace, Santa Claus franchise. I really like the one where they had a mimic of Tim Allen take over as Santa Claus. I actually watched Santa Claus 3 in theaters, so we're not going
that's
to
the
talk
worst
about that.
thing I've ever heard.
Moving on.
Hold on. No, not moving on. Oh, moving on from the Santa Claus. But you did bring up a fun little thing I like with D&D. With so height and weight are a part of any character you make. There are absolutely no mechanics attached to it. It's just RP.
Yep.
So you could make this huge, morbidly obese guy, an old man Santa Claus, who has 20 strength and athletics proficiency and is agile as shit and scampering up buildings. And it's like, he's like 350 pounds
Yep.
and 90 years old.
Yep. I actually think I put him at 150. I figured Santa Claus would be old.
Yeah, well, if he's a half elf, yeah.
Right.
Anyways, moving on.
Moving on. 4th level of Rogue. So this would be 6, 7, 8 on 9th level of it. Take the mounted combat. So I'm imagining that this Santa Claus is fighting from his reindeer at almost all times.
Who is he fighting?
Doesn't matter.
Naughty children.
I want this to be something that the people can play. That somebody can start their campaign off and they're like, I'm a paladin. I decide what's good and evil. And then they're like, oh, I'm also going to be a rogue. And their DM's like, why are you doing that? And you're like, because I like scaling buildings and breaking into people's houses once a year. And then they'll finally figure out this is Santa Claus. So mounted combat, you get advantage on attacks while mounted. At this point, you're going to want a rapier, of course.
No. I'm fucking putting my foot down here. Santa would use a scimitar
Fine.
every day.
Fine. We get rid of the D8. It's a D6 instead. That's fine. I can deal with that.
Why would Santa use a scimitar?
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
No, it's not.
Moving on. I don't even know how to talk to Kevin at this point.
No, you're all good. This is working out well. An additional thing with the expertise. So I said thieves' tools, but also survival. He's got to live in the harsh winters. It's only makes sense, right?
No.
Not really, but we'll go with it.
I needed something else. The skills, honestly, take them or leave them. All right, so we're up to level 9, and now we can move on to what really gives Santa his magic. And I'm sure you're all going to be just blown away by this, is 10 levels in Celestial Warlock. Oh, if you could see their faces right now. So, Pact of the Chain, you get yourself a Quasit reflavored as an elf. The Eldritch Invocations, we're going to do Eyes of the Runekeeper, or you can read all writing. That way, any letters you get, you can read them.
Okay, sure.
Perfect.
Great.
Gift of the Living Ones. It has gift in the title. This one's from Xanthers. It's full healing dice value when your familiar is within 100 feet of you, which goes really well with the Celestial because it's a lot of healing. Agonizing Blast because whatever, I just needed another invocation. Voice of the Chainmaster, you can speak with your elf. And one with the Shadows, you can turn invisible, upping that sneak level. And so that gets us through. I mean, Celestial, again, that just... I think Santa does need to have some magical abilities, to be honest. He's Santa Claus,
Sure.
You know? Warlock kind of fits it because I like to imagine that this is actually starting where they are this lawful good paladin. They, for whatever reason, want to give toys to little boys and girls and be sneaky about it because that's not weird if we take away any other context. And then some incident gives him these magical powers, these warlocky powers.
He was literally a saint.
He's literally a saint. So we're just going to go with that. He's literally a saint. And that makes him very heal friendly, like Celestial Warlocks.
Only on Monsters and Multiclass, we claim that saints are actually warlocks.
Yeah. Well, Celestial Warlock's a good warlock. I say that in air quotes. So then my favorite part, to sum it all off, we've got one more level. And you know what that's going to be?
What?
Ranger. For favored terrain and favored enemy.
All right. Finally something I can get behind.
Yes.
So of course take that Arctic.
yeah.
Yep. Natural explorer is what the actual thing is. So you know, lives in the Arctic. But I like to imagine that at level 19 that this guy's just like, I'm gonna move to the Arctic. Moves to the Arctic, takes that one level dip into Ranger, and favorite enemy I just picked Fiends. Didn't fully matter.
You know, all those classic Christmas stories where Santa Claus fights back the demons of hell.
Yes.
What's the difference between Doom Guy and Santa? Not much, I guess.
About
One's
10
fatter.
levels.
Yeah.
10 levels in Celestial Warlock.
10 levels and a sawed-off shotgun, I guess.
And 100 pounds.
Yeah, and
100
It's
pounds.
not Doom Guys, probably. Same weight and muscle.
So overall, come on, this is pretty good.
I'm not going to say that it's not good. I'm not going to say that your work was useless. I'm just saying that you shouldn't have done it.
No, I was honestly just giggling to myself for a solid hour the other night, just like figuring this out. Because finding that mounted combat, or I'm just imagining a super fat dude on a reindeer going around and just slicing heads.
Yes.
Can we point out the issue, though? Santa does not ride his reindeers.
No, he doesn't. Doesn't matter.
But he can. There's never been an established fact that he prefers not to ride them. It's just more efficient to have all of his reindeer at the front of his sleigh.
Right. The only thing is, I know there was a reason why I decided on 10 levels of Celestial Warlock. I didn't write it down, and I need to open a book for that. There's something you get at 10th level of Celestial Warlock that's really the icing on the cake. All right, so 10th level Celestial Warlock, you get Celestial Resilience. Starting at 10th level, you gain temp hit points whenever you finish a short or long rest. These temporary hit points equal your Warlock level plus your Charisma modifier. Additionally, choose up to 5 creatures you can see at the end of the rest. Those creatures gain temporary hit points equal to half your Warlock level plus your Charisma modifier. So, I like this because it's like you're giving the gift of Christmas to all of your party members. That's literally it. 10 levels just for that.
Wow.
So, mechanically speaking, though,
Totally useful.
he would probably just be an Eldritch Blast
No.
motherfucker.
He's got rogue sneak attack
He's got
and paladin smites.
and paladins.
And he can use his warlock spell slots for smites as well. I'm not going to lie. This is my magnum opus. I will never create a better class than this.
Character, no.
No.
Class. Yeah, character.
Is this going to be... Actually, I'm good if this is our official one from this podcast. Like,
It better be.
Release it out on Twitter.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you guys think of something better, I challenge you. I also, I did pose this question very briefly in a tweet, and somebody responded that he should have a bag of holding.
That makes a lot of sense.
Totally agree
Yeah.
with that, yeah. So that would be a necessary thing. Have the bag of holding,
I think any DM who would allow this on the table
which is
would
automatically
give you a free bag of holding just because, they've lost all control of the entire session.
All right. Nah, I like it.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. We'll put this in an actual standard D&D character sheet. Put it on Twitter. We're on Twitter now, by the way. I don't think we've ever actually said that on air. We're
It's
pretty
because
bad at self-promotion.
we weren't before this.
Yeah, we were.
Were we?
Yeah.
Barely.
I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's actually active now, and you can get silly things. And
At monsters_mult. MULT. It's the
Why?
limit. Is the
All
limit.
right, whatever.
Yeah. If you just Google us, it'll show up.
Feel free to pose any questions towards
Yeah.
us. I mostly run it, but I do run things by Kevin and Will when I'm stumped. So, if...
we'll do previews of what's coming up and comment on previous episodes. And Jared's also just super active on there in the D&D community.
I've got nothing better to do.
So this will be on there. We'll probably also post on Reddit. But
Yeah.
all right, do we want to try and build another option, the three of us here?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Just some basic ideas.
So I have D&D Beyond up, and we'll just kind of do it through that. So race. So human's the obvious one. You did have a good point of half elf, just getting the additional stats for all the multi-class. I also like Aasimar, just because they look human, but they're not.
Yeah, I like that a lot,
All
actually.
right, we're going to go with Aasimar.
And they get, what are their bonuses again? I think it's charisma. +2 charisma, +1 depending on their sub-race.
+2 charisma. Yeah, and then...
So I think Protector, Aasimar, and then there's 2 others, I believe.
No, it's just +2 charisma, I think. Yeah, so you have Fallen, Protector, and Scourge.
They don't get +1s otherwise?
They get pluses from their sub race.
That's what I thought.
It's not showing up here.
Click it then, Kevin.
I did.
Okay, well they get some,
we're new to D&D Beyond. I might be looking at something wrong,
but they do get very good racial abilities that outweigh really any stat increase that they could get.
So just Fallen and Scourge don't really seem to fit the Santa
No,
Claus
they
vibe.
don't.
So we're gonna go with Protector. Choose race.
Scourge.
Yeah.
Santa, the scourge of all people who hate getting presents.
That'd be good for Krampus.
Krampus. Yeah, no. Krampus is basically just going to be a mirror image of
Yeah,
Santa
we're just going to
Claus.
reverse all of this. Okay, so that's a good race. Protector, Aasimar.
Yeah. Cool. Class. All right. So if we're going up to 20, my initial thought was doing like Wizard Ranger
Okay.
or Wizard Druid. The Ranger or Druid, because you want that affinity with animals.
Okay.
Because one reindeer is not going to do it.
No, of course.
The fine steed of Paladin. Like, okay, it's neat. I liked it, but like riding around on the reindeer, that's not really Santa. He has a whole team of reindeer pulling a sleigh.
Okay, so Ranger, we're adding animal handling, but that doesn't really give them all of these reindeer.
No, it doesn't
But
give
then
them. It gives them
Rangers get stuff like
means to it.
summon animals and things like that.
Does Ranger give you summon animals?
I'm pretty sure.
Woodland critters.
Woodland critters? Okay. I mean, I know that,
I'd be really surprised if they didn't.
yeah, I don't think they're as big on conjuration magic as, say, druids or
you could
wizards.
go the shepherd druid.
That would be pretty good. They're very big on conjuration. Could you imagine a Santa Claus whose entire thing is just having a team of reindeer do his dirty work?
What is Santa's dirty work? Why are we shitting on Santa? It's like, oh, Santa needs to assassinate this cocaine dealer in the Bronx. No, he
And he
doesn't.
sends his reindeer to do it.
He doesn't.
Imagine, like, a bipedal reindeer just sitting at a door, just,
Hey, bud. No.
you're on our naughty list.
Checking it twice. Checking it twice.
All right, going to druid.
Okay, yeah, druid's good to me.
Yeah.
I don't think in that case then that you should be a what's the wizard? The conjuration wizard.
Divination.
Divination is exactly what I was thinking. Yep, they can see into.
Find out his
All right.
body are nice.
Yep.
Why the fuck is Santa a wizard?
Just for the divination.
Just for the... oh, God.
See,
that's-
what would you do? All right, fine. What's your great idea?
Don't ruin Santa. That's my great idea.
My great idea is don't ruin Santa.
This is what if you loved Christmas?
Christmas is the greatest holiday that has ever graced this world.
I actually don't know if he's kidding.
I don't know if I'm kidding, to be honest. Easter's pretty great too.
Really?
We'll be doing an Easter bunny within the next couple of months. I guarantee it.
March or April.
I say,
Probably
do you
April.
know when Easter is, Will?
It's in April-ish.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know when Easter is.
Okay, so point is, do you have a better idea of what Santa should be, or are you just going to shit on Kevin's dreams and my dreams?
The latter.
Okay,
All
so
right, we're just gonna keep going.
yeah, we're definitely going to keep going.
All right, so divination wizard. Why is Santa a divination wizard?
Because he has the whole thing. He can see into people's lives if they're naughty or nice, and he knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. That's all very divination-y.
I will counter that by saying that the divination is more about seeing the future than it is seeing into people's lives.
Kinda, except for they get I would disagree with that. It's part of it, but then like scrying, clairvoyance, that's all divination spells.
That's true. That's true. Those are good spells that I did not think to add.
The core of divination is the idea of it is what you said, but
Seeing into
it
the
really
future.
does have a lot of spying shit in it.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. And Santa is a creepy spy.
Yeah.
Noble spy.
Noble spy, yes. All right, so we're saying druid, we're saying wizard. Anything else that you want to throw in?
I still somewhat want to say ranger just for favored terrain, but
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't really matter. Like, all right, so he lives in the North Pole. It doesn't mean he's a master of traversing the Arctic terrain
No.
and surviving there.
He
It's
doesn't
just like,
leave his.
Anybody who lives in the North Pole kind of just by default has to be that.
But
Right.
he's a magical entity that lives in like a North Pole lair, and he has like elves to cater to his every whim. He's not like surviving off the land.
The fort of Santitude.
Where does Santa get his food?
Well, okay, we're diving into much deeper issues than I wanted to touch on this podcast.
The elves who could cast conjure food and water.
Oh shit! All right, you convinced me.
Yeah. Or maybe the North Pole is just a continuously recast. Shit, I should have thought of the name before I went down this track.
Cone of gold.
No.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's
It's a huge cone of gold.
it's like the step up from that Leomund's tiny hut or whatever.
Yeah, it's
the mansion. I think it's Mordecai's actually. I think it's like
It is.
Mordecai's magnificent mansion. You know, I have D&D Beyond.
That's pretty
up in
close.
front of
That
me.
is, I believe, what the spell is.
While you look that up, the point is it's something that you can cast once a day, or not once a day, but you cast it and it creates a giant house, mansion of some sorts. If you cast it every day in the same spot for a year straight, it becomes a permanent structure.
I don't think
Kevin's
that's
shaking
true.
his head. No?
I don't think that's that spell. There's some spells like
There
that. I
are
don't
a
think this-
lot of spells actually like that.
I don't think this one is.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah,
what
it's
you're
just
thinking
called
of then.
Magnificent Mansion. It's a 7th level spell, so it's really high. Yeah, extra dimensional dwelling and range. So I assume like his North Pole where he lives, it's just that constantly recasted over and over and over.
Okay.
Um,
Read the bottom. I'm almost positive. This is one of those cast it once every day for a year.
yeah, I'm not seeing anything in here about. I don't know why you thought that. Like, there's like one where you can get like a fortress. I think that one does it.
That's, I guess, what I'm talking
yeah.
about.
There is a cleric spell that you can create like a holy fortress.
So how does this
Yeah.
one differ?
It's basically just like an upcasted that tiny hut.
More
To
important,
be honest, within an actual campaign, I don't really see doing this that often because it's
No.
a 7th level spell. Creates this big mansion, but it actually works really well for Santa Claus because
Right.
you get 100 servants.
Oh, okay.
Which
We're
is-
definitely thinking of different spells. Sorry.
Yeah. The mansion comes with 100 servants. Just make them the elves.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Nothing that Santa loves more than slavery. I don't. Hey, nobody wants to talk about it. I'll talk about it. What's up with that? Why does Santa? Is he just cool with having?
We
these
have
elf
not
slaves?
actually addressed the general wages of the elves.
Yeah. Do they get paid? Is it just housing?
And even your warlock familiar, like, what's he getting out of the equation?
Well, it doesn't matter what he's getting. That's the thing with familiars. They're more just given to
No,
him.
that's the issue. It's like, don't they have rights?
I would assume they should. I'm fine with giving these. They can't be elves. That's the worst part. Not the worst part. I
I
say
know.
that. You know. So Quasit kind of fits.
Wait,
Yeah.
this is the other issue, that the elves of Santa's lair are not elves in this realm.
No.
They're like gnomes with pointy ears.
Basically, yeah. Or they are
Who
actually
are good at crafting. Actually, gnomes are a perfect analog.
replacement, aren't they?
Yeah.
They've got their
They
tinker
just need their
tools.
pointy ears.
Oh, that actually is important. I did at some point say that Santa Claus would have tinker tools. I'll make sure to put that in the official
Does
release
Santa
here.
make the toys?
No.
I always got the impression that he had nothing to do with the actual production of presents.
Correct. My character that I built was specifically a like pulling a bunch of ideals of what Santa Claus is and things that he accomplishes and putting that into a playable character. That's the point. I wanted it to be playable. It's silly as hell.
Yeah.
I won't argue that. But yeah, okay, we'll say gnomes with pointy ears. He gets a bunch of gnomes with pointy ear slaves, which is a little weird, but you know, that's what we got to work
You
with.
made Santa a warlock, so at this point, morality is kind of flown out the window.
A celestial warlock.
A celestial. I hate this celestial.
I know you do, but it doesn't matter. It's Santa Claus.
All right. I'll let it go.
So
Right,
what's this
so-
spell called again? Did you say the full name?
Magnificent Mansion.
Okay. Is it Mordekainen's Magnificent Mansion?
No.
Okay.
And it's 7th level, so with actually the multi-classing, I don't think we'll get to it.
What is the requirement to get a 7th level spell as a wizard?
It's going to be at least 14.
Is it? Yeah.
It's around there. It's higher, actually.
It's your top to mid levels.
7th level, it's definitely up there. Let me pull up a full caster here.
No, you can only do your filler music as Christmas music. Also, we already did Jingle Bells.
Pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. These are fucking not up.
13th.
All right, 13th level. That is tough for multi-class.
It is.
Kind of, yeah. And because we're talking about what 13th level divination wizard, right?
Yikes.
Yeah, that's kind of putting all your eggs in one basket. Sorry, that's the Easter episode. All your presents in one sack.
The Easter Bunny is going to be an artificer. I guarantee it.
Wow, I have a lot to say about that, but again, Santa Claus.
A few months too early.
Mm-hmm. So, well, let's just ignore that then. Let's say that he just builds it through normal means of gathering slaves.
Welcome to Monsters and Multiclass, where we shit on your childhood heroes and dreams.
What?
I didn't make him a warlock.
Are we really going to say that Santa's like just a good guy when he's got all these elf slaves?
I have no idea what Santa's position on union membership is.
Yeah, we don't know the specifics of Santa's workshop and wage structure. Or
So,
the blah, 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 what's the...
What are you looking for, Kevin?
The willingness of the
We're
elves
gonna
to
do-
work?
no.
Yeah, the willingness of the elves, the essence of the elves' existence.
Mm-hmm.
They're magical creatures. For all they know, they exist to want to build toys for Santa.
Isn't that
I think
its
that's-
own type of slavery?
Yeah, I think that's stripping agency off the summoned creature.
Right. Do summoned creatures have agency? It kind of
They
specifically
should.
says that.
They don't, but they should.
And
So we're looking at what we do need to look at is permanent summons. How do you summon elves in that level of quantity to create toys for every child in the world?
Two things on that point. A, I don't think they're going to be summoned. It's basically gnomes. They're repurposed gnomes.
totally agree.
Every child in the world, and this isn't, Earth 2018 with a 7.5 billion population.
Yeah, with the amount of cataclysmic events that happen in Faerun, there's probably like 30 kids at one time.
Maybe
Faerun just
35.
gets regularly fucked over.
Yeah.
What's going on? Tiamat killed everyone. The usual.
So we could reflavor this where he's got a bunch of gnomes who have agreed to work for him, work with him. They also share his ideals of giving toys to little boys and girls all across
do
the
gnomes
country.
share that ideal?
This
These
group of
ones
gnomes
do.
Can.
Yeah,
They're an entire race of people. They could have different ideals and opinions.
Yes.
That's a weird opinion and ideal to hold.
Is it?
All right, or here, it's the D&D world's a tough world. We're not in modern day society with our modern day comforts. They go and live with Santa Claus, and in exchange for working and building toys, they are giving food and shelter and safety in numbers and a purpose.
Basically, they're a
If they're
community.
not doing that, they're toiling away at a farm somewhere unprotected.
Right. Their economy is just based around making toys.
I'm sure there probably is an Inuit version of the gnomes.
Like in real life?
No, not in
no.
real life, obviously, Devin. Like in D&D, it's like, oh, we've got our regular gnomes who live in cities. We've got our hill gnomes. We've got our Arctic gnomes.
Sure.
And they probably would have been like, you know what? I do prefer being warm as opposed to being cold all the time. And Santa's got a nice big mansion full of hot fire.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, as I say, he doesn't need to be, as I've been hinting at, a slave owner of some sort. He can just be like working with them. He's just their boss, and they're all friends in this scenario.
So what is the return Santa gets?
Well, he gets to give out toys.
No, that's the thing. We have to look at this because in the real world, Santa's economics do not make sense.
No.
Giving free toys to kids is a very, very money-heavy losing operation.
Honestly, his material costs must be through the roof.
Yeah, you're basically just pouring money into the ocean.
Yeah.
But this is not the real world. This is D&D, where lawful good gods do exist.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good point for the Celestial Warlock or the Cleric or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the god is rewarding him enormously for this massive material loss.
Mm-hmm.
Because gnomes are very parsimonious people. They will demand fair wages.
Yeah, definitely.
So you've got crazy labor costs with the gnomes. The gods have to be rewarding him.
And I'm drawing a blank on the spell name. I'm not able to find it. There's a spell where you could create something. You could create a matter.
Is this the one where you can like create like a 1 foot block of something? Or
Yeah.
Like
1 foot block of toys.
No, it's like of a material.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it is either.
Which is perfect for all these gnomes to have.
Yeah, that actually would be.
That's also, economically speaking, if level 20 Santa Claus was creating some kind of magical workshop where he trains these elves, they could always get new jobs elsewhere.
Can we please call them gnomes?
No.
Just for consistency.
They need pointy ears.
We're going to be the Arctic gnomes get pointy ears.
All right.
It helps them in the cold. They're more aerodynamic.
So the Arctic gnomes seeking better job opportunities go to Santa's lair to learn magic.
Okay. So they're basically becoming skilled workers. They work at Santa Claus's workshop for at least a couple of years, and then they move on to
Kevin,
other things
how
if they
long
want.
does a gnome work? Like, what's his working lifespan?
I have no idea.
Oh, Kevin, come on.
Do they live a
live a
normal
while.
amount of time? I feel like they like cap out at 60 or something.
No, they're not.
No, I'm pulling it up.
What are they? Solarians. That's what it is. They're not Solarians.
I don't know what a Solarian is.
Mass Effect.
Oh, yeah, I don't play games. Video games are disgusting.
Yeah, no, video games should be banned.
Yeah, this is all sarcasm, of course.
Yes. Gnomes mature at the same rate as humans do, and most are expected to settle down to an adult life by the age of 40, but they could live 350 to almost 500 years.
That's perfect.
Wow. Okay.
Honestly, like doing a 40-year internship with Santa is probably a great career move for
Right.
the average Arctic gnome.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. So they have like their own separate society in the Arctic that they can maintain after their training.
I'm not sure what they do afterwards.
Um,
Does anybody want toys or
Yeah.
free 1 by 1 by 1 blocks of material?
See, now we're getting to the point of a campaign, or at least a one shot to work off of. So you've got this Santa Claus character who we're just going to call Santa Claus. He has a workshop where he trains gnomes, and then after they get to a certain point, they go and make their own village. So they've gotten to the point that they are so large, they now feel like they can provide toys for all the little boys and girls. And Santa Claus hires your party to convince the gnomes, in whatever means necessary, to stop producing toys so that he can continue to be the savior of Christmas.
So you essentially have a party of like Pinkertons doing union breaking?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's a campaign. It's not a good one.
One shot. I feel like I would do
A
that.
one shot.
Yeah, I'd do that pretty short.
It depends on the economic inclinations of your party. You've got populists in that Sam Gomper style silver standard guys, you know. I don't know. Like personally, my character would never be for that.
No, of course
We're never
not.
going to break unions.
No, well, that's the best part. That's how the it starts. Is you get this information from Santa Claus. He gives you the quest hook. But what if you want to turn it against him? What if you're like, no.
Ooh.
You go there, you talk to them, you see they're living happy lives, and they're like, we just don't think that Santa Claus should have a monopoly on giving out toys. We give out toys, we make
I don't
great
think that's a
toys as
monopoly.
well. Maybe it's not if it's
Because
free.
it's not really, it's just free toys.
But what if they're competing for a god's attention?
Ooh. Do gnomes believe in God?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Especially if
That
they
was
were raised up in this factory setting where, you're working for the spirit of Christmas, whatever we want to name this god as.
Yeah, no, that does
doesn't matter.
present the moral quandary of, do we want to overthrow Santa Claus?
Right. That's a great one shot if I've ever heard one.
I like it a lot.
Let's overthrow Santa Claus, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really like Santa Claus, but I also support unions.
What else? I feel like there's tons of Christmassy one shots we can do, which we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah. Yeah, we could go it's almost too obvious. The route, like there's like Krampus and stuff like that, or like the Futurama thing with Santa Claus, where he's the evil robot who was his naughty nice meter was set too high and too extreme, and everybody's so naughty they have to die.
Right.
And so he's just a villain.
Mm-hmm.
You get to kill, but I think we could be more creative.
I think we can too. There's always the aspect of helping Santa. That's always a thing too. You guys are recruited to save Christmas. That can work in a million ways. What reasons is Christmas under attack?
I feel like Faerun would be very confused by
besieged
Christmas.
by gnolls.
Santa's besieged by gnolls.
You have to go kill the gnoll.
Gnolls would do that.
They would.
Yeah.
They totally would. We're
there
actually
are-
an episode coming up. Episode 13 is going to be on gnolls.
Yes, it is.
We're already kind of prepared a bit.
There are two absolute
Terrible.
evils in this world. It's Knowles and Jared ruining Santa.
Jesus. Let's see. What else can we do? Santa's gotten too fat to fit down chimneys, so we need to...
I thought we dealt with that with magic.
Yeah, we did.
I thought we just threw magic at that problem and it went away.
Well, it's up to the PCs to figure out how to throw magic at it.
I think
we could go ultra feel good. It's Christmas time, and you go into a village, and there's this family who they're falling really hard times, and the father's missing, and they can't. Christmas is not happening for them. So you go and rescue the father, and you donate money, and it's.
I wish we
It's
played
ultra
campaigns
feel
like
good,
that. Sometimes I wish we just ended and everyone's like, wow, we did a good thing today.
Yeah, there is an argument towards ultra moralistic D&D to just like refresh your players' sense of worth. It's like, oh, what did we do? We saved a family of 4 from fatherlessness and
and gave him Christmas.
donated all the loot we found in this cave to an orphanage. We don't do that. We use it to buy weapons to kill people.
Yeah, that's normally it. But that does bring up a point of a village, if we take Santa out of the equation, a village has this once a year festival that we're going to call Christmas, where they build Winterfest, whatever. They build or give toys to each other, and gifts in whatever capacity, and something happens that makes it so they can't complete that. I'm trying to think of the exact hook right now, but let's say the factory shut down for union reasons. No.
We're pro-union.
Yeah,
here.
we're straying away from that. I don't know. There's an explosion, an accident happens, and everyone's all sad, and you guys have to work together to fix it, or it's being attacked by gnolls, or literally any other monster in the entire D&D world that's just causing a problem, and it's just up to you guys to save Christmas.
I think we can all get behind the idea that most monsters would be anti-Christmas.
Yeah,
Probably.
Because it's tropey, it's terrible, but like goblins hate other people being happy.
you know who would definitely hate Christmas? The Drows.
The Drows would
yeah.
hate Christmas.
Yeah, definitely. I could see the Drows just trying to ruin Christmas for some group.
We
Oh
only
man, and
leave.
you kind of
the
do this 30 days of
caves.
nights thing of it. You're really far north, and it's in the winter, so the sun never rises, so it's permanently dark. So the Drow have this like month or 2 months here to rise up from the Underdark and take what they can from the world, and this also happens to coincide with Christmas.
Right.
So you have these villages up there that hate Christmas because it coincides with Drow raids, and it's you come in there to put down the Drow,
Right.
and give them Christmas.
Right, and so you like show up and you're just like, hey everybody, we're all excited for Christmas. How about you? And they're like, get out of here. The Drow are coming. You better hunker down. You're like, no, I need to save Christmas. That'd be great.
And also just the wanton slaughter and all that, but save Christmas, yes.
Yeah, let's ignore all the wanton slaughter and just go straight for Christmas. And you make that character 5 levels in Paladin, 4 levels in Rogue, 10 levels in Celestial Warlock, 1 in Ranger, and then you save Christmas and become Santa Claus.
Yeah, no, Santa as a player character is probably it's a tenuous proposition. It's not a very good idea. It's actually a terrible idea. You shouldn't do it.
Disagree.
Partially because in a campaign, you have to be a team. You have to be a bunch of independent people with agency. But if you're Santa, you are definitely stealing the spotlight. But a level 20 monstrosity like you've created as Santa would be a great person to come in and save the day at the last minute when you push back the drow, but the drow mother comes out. Santa is a great interruption for a TPK in that situation.
All right, so basically the DM PC that comes in and saves things. How do you? I know in normal situations that's like absolutely awful. We've talked about that before. A DM who makes a PC that saves the day and knows everything. It's kind of a bummer. You're the DM, let your PCs do things. But in this scenario, I feel like it's actually a little bit different, where you could have Santa Claus be the guiding light who swoops down at the last minute, and you're like, oh my God, we saw Santa Claus. He saved the day.
That could be fun.
Yeah, I could actually work with that one.
A DMPC, a persistent DMPC is always going to be an annoyance.
Mm-hmm.
They're too smart, they're too powerful, blah, blah, blah. But somebody who swoops in and saves the day, if you're fighting 9 dragons or something like that, and you've got like 8 friendly dragons, that makes a decent campaign. And the rest is backfiller noise. It's not robbing the PCs of agency. It's
right.
Just kind of making sure that they get through it.
Definitely. Yeah, so I would use Santa like that.
Also, Santa should have the keen mind feat.
Oh, what's that?
It's you always know which way is north.
Oh.
You always know how long until the next sunrise and sunset.
Okay.
And you have a perfect, memory. You're photogenic. So you know everyone, anybody you talk to, you're going to know who they are and their name. And
give me your pen. I got to write that down. That's good.
Yeah.
Keen mind.
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting rid of the level 4 boost here and doing keen mind. So their stats are awful, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
If you're playing this character, you're not getting a single ASI, except for the Warlock one. So keep that in mind. But you're always going to know what's north. Super important.
Yeah, I fully support the feat choices of Santa Claus.
Yes.
Actually, I might
So
talk about that later.
Does anyone have any thoughts on monsters to use? That one's kind of tough.
Really, I feel like a lot of the demons can be reflavored as Krampus, and that's kind of an easy one.
Yeah. Or devils, yeah.
Yeah, demons, devils, whatever. Devils actually make more sense because they're a lot more focused, and Krampus does have a specific set. He's more lawful evil than chaotic evil.
What is Krampus's overall goal?
To get rid of all the naughty children. Yeah.
By killing them. It's dark.
Yeah.
Definitely dark, but it's also not chaotic. Chaotic implies doesn't matter who it is, I'm here to kill kids, which is different thing and also terrible. Killing naughty children, you can work with that.
All right. Yeah. Nobody likes naughty children, I guess.
I don't know. I haven't thought of too many enemies in D&D that specifically jump out as Christmassy.
Yeah.
A lot of them can be reworked to be Christmassy, but at the end of the day, there's Christmas and villains don't really go hand in hand.
Yeah. Oh, another campaign idea. Like in the vein, fun, we save Christmas thing. So you go to a village, and Christmas has gotten way, way out of hand. There's so much pressure onto buying all this stuff for everybody. Everyone's stressed out and they hate it. And then you find out there's this factory in town that makes all these gifts, and the owner of it has been possessed by a demon. You have to slaughter him and his family to save Christmas.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Really subtle anti-consumerist D&D.
How about like just one where they have to convince everybody that buying each other Christmas presents is actually directly against the original ideals of Christmas. And we should really just be loving each other as a family.
So, yeah, the issue, though, is we do have to make a new Christmas,
Oh, no.
for Faerun.
Right.
So that's like the first goal. It's really easy. Kevin's bizarre Winterfest is a good generality.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how do we return the original meaning to Winterfest? What the fuck is the original Winterfest meaning?
You just have to set that expectation from the start, man.
And that's the argument that Santa should probably be a cleric.
Yeah, Santa would work well as a cleric. I don't have any issues with that. Honestly, when I originally created this, that was kind of my first idea was how can we make him a cleric? And then I just made a much better thing that Will says is a monstrosity.
It is. No, it is a monstrosity. I'm not saying the monstrosity isn't effective or appropriate, but damn, you ruined Santa and Christmas.
What type of cleric would he be?
That's a good question.
I
What do you
mean-
think? He's obviously not a grave cleric. He's not a death cleric.
No.
He's not a cleric of the forge, but he
No.
might be.
Yeah, he could be.
I thought we kind of agreed that he's not the one who
right.
makes toys.
Yeah, that's the reason you kind of lean
there's
against that.
life cleric.
Right, which is, just a general, I don't know, I associate that with like a feel-good cleric.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the problem. The Santa as a cleric is not that interesting. So I will give you props to creating something that at least angered me.
Honestly, that's all I'm after. I wake up in the morning and I think, how could I piss off Will?
That's probably a healthy way to live. But yeah, Santa as a life cleric works, but it's kind of boring.
It's super boring. Tempest doesn't make sense.
Oh, War Domain. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Santa, the warmonger. Everybody knows that Christmas is really a war on the naughty.
Maybe Santa's just fighting the war on Christmas.
The war on. Oh
But
yeah.
Oosh. All right, we'll move past that.
Yeah, no, that was bad. But put me on cups. No. Santa is a good guy.
All right. Any other Christmas-related things we want to get into?
No, everything else is just kind of winter.
Yeah.
Remorazes,
Yeah, you could have them fight Yetis.
Yeti.
Those are always good.
Everybody
Christmas Yeti.
remembers
You guys
Santa's
are laughing.
classic battle of the Yeti.
I think that okay. No, this puts me down a tangent. Just Santa versus something wintry, and that's great right there. You get Santa versus the Yetis. You've got Santa versus you said Remorazes, frost giants. Is that a thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Okay. I only
So
ran a campaign.
What
with
would be
giants
the
for a year.
ethical opposition for the frost giants is to oppose Santa?
I didn't say there was going to be any moral quandary here.
It's just a territory dispute.
Yep. They just like, oh, hey, he's got the coldest spot in the North Pole. I want that. And they just come and try and destroy him.
Yeah.
I have no idea if frost giants value the cold that much, but all right.
I'm going to say yes. Just because. In this weird one shot, I think we've come up with a lot better. I'll say that. We've come up with a lot of good ones. But if you want to incorporate any monsters that associate with the cold, I think it's pretty easy. You just make it a land dispute. They're heading towards Santa and they want to take him down.
Yeah.
Because, yep.
Really obvious one we're forgetting. Santa versus the Grinch.
I thought about the Grinch. Yeah.
Isn't the Grinch just kind of a green Krampus?
Yes.
So
Basically.
Yeah, who could we make the Grinch?
But he would also have characteristics of the rogue Beastmaster because he had his little dog.
Just because you own a
Not
dog
rogue.
doesn't make you a beastmaster.
Ranger. And it does in this case because we got to flavor him somehow.
Wait, did he actually have a little dog?
At least in the Jim Carrey version. I
Nobody
can't remember
watched
the
it.
cartoon.
Yeah, his little dog.
He does?
That's
Okay.
common. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured.
All of them. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the reindeer horn
Yeah.
taped to his head. It might just be a twig. I don't remember.
I remember
it's
that.
a stick. No, there's not a scene in the childhood movie of the Grinch where he goes and finds a reindeer and rips its horn off and sews it to its dog's head.
It can be implied.
Wait, there
It's a tree
isn't like
branch.
an ancient equivalent of the Grinch? It's not like Sleeping Beauty or Snow White.
There might be. I don't know.
No, I think that's an original from Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, it actually is.
I have no idea.
I mean, besides Krampus, again, that's all we're gonna get
Besides
from
Krampus.
that. Who just and Krampus doesn't even hate Christmas. when you actually think about it. He just hates naughty children on Christmas. That's it. It's just a more threatening version of Santa Claus, who instead of giving coal, he kidnaps you and kills you.
Does he actually kill you? Does he eat you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he eats you.
Yeah. Most old world baddies eat children. It's just like a common thing.
It's a great source of nutrients, I guess.
They just had one for like every single season. Krampus just happened to be the winter one. In springtime, it was just bunnies that come kidnap children and eat them.
I don't think that's actually true at all.
I'm going to keep rolling with it, though. Summer, it'd be a giant bird? It'd be a summer.
Like a rock?
Yeah. Like just a giant rock.
The fall. Evil pumpkins. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely evil pumpkins. Or,
For sure.
Yeah.
I feel like one of the demon lords could be a really powerful Grinch. Pulling them up.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got, Kevin?
Hold on, I'm pulling them up.
All right, what do you got, Kevin?
I'm pulling them up.
All right, Will, what do you got?
I got nothing, man. You know
Let's
I
see
got
here.
nothing.
Bahamut. Baphomet? That's not Bahamut.
Yeah, it's different.
Make him green? That could work.
Which one?
Baphomet.
Oh, yeah.
Bottom is like the king.
That would also very much be Krampus.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I would love to do, because that's a high challenge rating, isn't
23.
it?
Oh, yeah. The demon lords are terrifying.
You go ahead and you do your 20, and then you throw in Santa Claus, and you just have everybody else make airplanes.
Planes, yes. Or the Demogorgon.
Demogorgon,
That's
of course,
another
works.
Next, two head. I don't know. I'm not
The
getting
Demogorgon loves Christmas.
I'm sure
One head does.
One
the other
head.
one doesn't. Now
That's the
that's a one shot I'd play.
Fraz Blue. He's already green.
I would need to look into Fraz Blue a lot closer than
I've
he's
never-
green. Just pull up.
I know
Green
this
Dragon. Green Dragon. You know, they're
Grazit.
green.
There we go. That's perfect. He's already humanoid. Grazit. Just make him green.
Okay. Dance my puppet. One creature charmed by Grazit can see must use its reaction to move up to its speed as Grazit directs. Okay.
I'm
That's
just
pretty
doing this
boring.
by physical
Yeah.
appearance.
Yep. Okay. That's all I
Yeah,
thought.
a
You were
souped
going
up
off of.
Grinch.
All right. Well, that's boring.
Yeah, you can reskin whatever devil or demon lord you want
And make him green.
and make him green and call him the Grinch.
And hate Christmas.
And hate Christmas. Every demon and devil hates Christmas.
I like to imagine the one that doesn't, though. That just loves Christmas. Brings death and plague throughout the countryside. But Christmas, that's his holiday. I just love receiving gifts.
Decorating his lair of hell.
Strings of lights. Oh, that's beautiful.
You're the god of rot and hatred. Why are there all these Christmas lights? I just love Christmas, man.
I love it.
I love sowing chaos, and I love giving presents.
All right. On that, anything else to talk about?
No, I think we're good. So we didn't get through building the second concept of Santa, but that's fine. We were thinking, what? Druid, wizard.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah. But yeah, the one you built, like I said, we'll put out there on Twitter, probably make a Reddit post about it.
Cool. I'm going to make you do a D&D Beyond character sheet.
That's fine. Just send me the details.
Sweet. Sounds good.
Cool. Well, thanks for listening.
Yep. Have
I want
a...
to say Merry Christmas, but we're doing this like 2 weeks before Christmas, and we'll have another episode there.
Yeah. Well,
It's December 1st, Kevin. It's basically Christmas.
Yeah,
have a holly jolly Christmas
sure. Bye.
from the Monsters and Multiclass community.
Holly jolly Christmas.
It's the best time of the year. And nobody knows the other
I
words.
don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer.
Oh,
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
Just cut it. Please
and
cut
in
it.
case you didn't hear.
How does he know all these words?
Oh, by jolly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year.
I only know.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Next week on Monsters and Multiclass.
Next week, we're diving into the Barbarian Druid and the Frog Hemoth. Rip it.